Greetings and grand rising. Welcome to the morning alignment. Today's focus is wholeness in action. Wholeness is not something we simply believe in. It's something we live. It shows up in our choices, in our words, and in the way we move throughout the world. When we live from wholeness, every step becomes intentional. It becomes creative. And we truly become aligned. This morning, we'll awaken the truth that wholeness is alive within us, waiting to be expressed through how we show up today. So let's take a moment, cover this space, get settled as we intentionally activate our wholeness. Intentionally activate. So let's take a moment. And we'll begin with some breaths. And I invite you to simply breathe. This is the time when I'll invite you to close your eyes, take a slow, grounding breath in, and then exhale fully. Inhale deeply. And release fully. With your next breath, feel your heart expand, glowing with the wholeness of life. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do this once again. Releasing everything that is heavy, everything that is causing a sense of dis-ease. Allowing peace be our foundation. Inhale. And exhale. Now bring your awareness down to your solar plex chakra, which is above your navel. And your solar plexus are the energy center. It is the energy center of action, of confidence, of movement. So place your hand right above your belly button and begin to see, visualize this illuminating gold light expanding within your solar plexus. Feel it healing any sense of inadequacy. Feel it replacing fear with confidence. Feel it breaking through any idea of limitation, of limitlessness. Feel the expansion. Feel your confidence broadening. Feel yourself activate, strengthening. Visualize a radiant golden light expanding outward, fueling you with clarity and strength. And breathe. Allow this light to remind you that your wholeness takes form in action. And as you allow this to become your new normal, let's begin to declare today's declaration together, placing it on the mantle of our heart and to the depths of ourselves, allowing it to rest the seat of our soul. Let's affirm this truth together. I express wholeness in all I do. Breathe. I express wholeness in all that I do. Feel this injection. One more time. I express wholeness in all. Allow this to become your constant mission. Become your way of being. Your full expression. As we transition to today's visualization, and today, I invite you to imagine yourself walking a path illuminated by golden light. Spend a moment there with imagination. And as you imagine this illuminated path, seeing yourself, embracing the warmth and the inspiration that accompanies you, one step at a time. And with each step, wholeness flows through you into the ground beneath your feet, into the people you encounter. Visualize wholeness flowing into the work of your hands. See yourself moving through the day with presence, moving with clarity, and with unrelentless, unconditional, unfiltered love. Visualize every action you take is infused with divine wholeness. While remembering to express wholeness in all that you do. Remembering to allow wholeness to be in all that you are. In every breath, in every thought, in every feeling. See wholeness in everything that you encounter. Breathe. And when you are ready to fully bring this wholeness into your present moments, ever expanding moment, gently open your eyes. And look around the room. And I invite you to look, and instead of seeing imperfections, instead of seeing limitations, that you make this conscious decision of seeing everything as whole, as perfect, as aligned, as purposeful. Every place, every item, every person, every thought that you're having is showing up for you in this perfect, whole, and complete moment, supporting you with becoming more of who you are, aligning into your greatest expansion, transcending anything you've ever experienced before. embrace that. Embrace this in this moment. As we prepare for our question, our reflection question of the day. If you need a moment to grab your journal or open up your note section, take a moment to do so. And if you aren't already writing these down, or really being intentional on reflecting through these questions throughout your day, I invite you to do so. By doing so, you really give yourself permission to activate intentionally, to activate wholeness in today's kid. To actively align yourself with who you truly are and all that is here to support you on your journey in this moment. Not the past, but this moment leading you forward. So today's reflective question is, how can I express wholeness in my actions today? Ask yourself, how can I express wholeness in my actions today? Take a moment just to pause and allow your soul to deliver the insight and the response to this question. How can you express wholeness in your actions today? You see, wholeness is not something that we have been trained or taught. Wholeness is something that we have been trained to forget. The way that society has been set up in order for people to have this pretense of power, they want you to focus on your brokenness, focus on limitation, focus on lack. Really to begin deeply concentrated on what isn't there versus what is. And what we do not understand in that moment, when we take that refuge, when we take that position, we don't understand that which we focus on, we begin to materialize more of that. When we place our energy, we place our thoughts, we place our feelings, we begin to experience more of those things. So hereby, you may be thinking, I desire to experience more of my wholeness, more of my perfection, more of my completion today, more of myself being the extension and reflection of that which I was created in the image of, right? That which we know to be whole, perfect, and complete. But yet, because we have been trained and we have been distracted by illusions, and we begin to create more of those illusions and distractions in our life because we focus our attention and our energy. So I invite you today to refocus, to reallow, and realign with everything that is whole, seeing everything as whole, as perfect, as complete. Remembering that everything is occurring to support you, to experience the best and highest part of who you are. And nothing is happening to you, yet it is happening for you, to shift you, to position you to realize the glory and the greatness, the full manifestation of the power that lives within you. But today, instead of looking at your limitations, instead of talking about what is not there, instead of focusing on what you hope to come from, because hope is that cousin that tends to doubt. I want you to act from a space of gratitude. I invite you to do so. Giving thanks for that which exists right here, right now, being perfectly supporting you, perfectly positioning you for success. Just a quick story. Yesterday, while I was out getting food, I witnessed this young lady who was struggling come from her truck into the restaurant to get her food. It took every piece of energy out of her just to get from her truck to the sidewalk. And even to think about stepping up onto the curb, it was draining for her. Now, I could have very easily went about on my day and not witnessed this and not even be available to what's occurring in this moment. And initially, I allowed her the space to go into the restaurant, grab her food. And yet I saw her there, holding onto the counter, just sipping her drink, trying to figure out how she was going to get back to her truck. And witnessing this, I took a moment to question myself, to ask myself, should I help her? Which, knowing my first inclination was to help her. So then I'm saying, well, I'll wait for her to come out because I don't want to be an intrusion and support her after she exits the restaurant. And yet there was a moment, she was still there pondering. And so I opened the door and asked her, do you need assistance? Can I help you get back to your truck, your vehicle? She says, please, thank you. You see, she had been waiting for someone to support her. As a matter of fact, when she pulled up, unbeknownst to me, and in our conversation she shares this, I was hoping that someone would come by and I could ask them to go inside and purchase my food for me. So I didn't have to get out of my truck and labor in the way that I did. She said, but yet I thank you for being here. Offering to carry my food, extending your arms so that I could feel the support and be able to make it to my vehicle. And she shared her story, which allowed me to give her prayer, to provide her with light, love, and peace, and certainty that she was going to be okay. While simultaneously giving her some insight on how she could help herself to move beyond her pain and to reset her body. Because she had been in the hospital for weeks and they pumped her full with fluids and now she was retaining fluids. But because I took time to support my mother at one time, I understood what was necessary in that space and what could be a great assistance to her. Now, I could have been very easily focused on what wasn't present, right? I could have been focused on the circumstances and situations of my day. I could have been focused on anything that could have been a further distraction, keeping me from being there to support. But yet I remember something that I've learned on my journey. And that something was very simple. I have been reminded that if there is anything that you desire in your life, you may be asking for something. You may be hoping and waiting for something to appear, but yet, if you could be a blessing to someone else in the midst of that, and if you could offer hope and support to someone else in the midst of you waiting for your breakthrough, aligning with your breakthrough, that you will begin to activate and realize what is present, what you have to give, even in the space of you feeling like you're holding on and waiting for something. So instead of refocusing on what was empty, the emptiness, I filled up the void by giving something that was present. It didn't require much of me. Just like acknowledgement of our struggle. And being a solution in the moment, patiently, accordingly. So I invite you today to acknowledge you have who you are, your totality. You have to give what you bring to the table. Not inadequacy, not a lack, not a limitation. It's something that reminds you of the abundance that lies within you, that comes from this space of wholeness and being action. And I say that while we seal today's session with an affirmation. And today's affirmation is my wholeness is active, creative, and aligned. So affirm with me. My wholeness is active, creative, and aligned. I repeat it again. My wholeness is active, creative, and aligned. One more time. My wholeness is active, creative, and aligned. Let us take this moment and seal it with a prayer. Beloved Spirit, today we step into the living expression of wholeness. Today, we release our inadequacies and begin to embrace our limitless nature, what is present. We begin to embrace the opportunity to be the change we desire to see. Today, we allow our actions to reflect our true nature. And today, everything we do, we understand that it carries the vibration of completeness and of love. And we allow this to be our benchmark, to be our foundation, to be our launching pad to living, to being wholeness in action. And we give thanks for this opportunity. We give thanks for this wonderful reminder. We give thanks for this alignment with being wholeness, being perfect, being complete, being limitless, being creative, being expressive of all that we are and all that you are within us. And so it is. It is so. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. All right, family. That brings us to the complete conclusion of today's session. I thank you for being here with us. And I thank you for accepting the charge of being the change you desire to see. Remember, wholeness isn't an idea, it's a practice. So live it, express it, be it. And you can start that process by simply liking today's session. Like today's session. Hit the like button. Share it with other people in your spaces. Or you share it in your social media spaces by hitting the share button. If you haven't already subscribed, please take a moment to subscribe. We're trying to get to our first 100 subscriptions. That is our desire. Help us to shift to our first 100 subscriptions. If nothing else, that is enough. We also invite you to follow us. That is, if you're ready to go deeper, let's invite you to follow us on IG and Facebook at One Transformation Center, or on X at OTC Atlanta. Again, that's Facebook and IG at One Transformation Center, or on X at OTC Atlanta. So, if you don't already know this, I want to share this with you. One Transformation Center is here for you. We're here to journey with you in your journey of transformation, your journey of expansion, and your journey of illumination. We're here for you. You're not alone. Reach out to us. Stand with us. Grow with us. Expand with us. And we just invite you, as we continue to live wholeness in action, let's do it together. Let's do it together. So in closing, myself and everyone here at One Transformation Center, we wrap our arms around you. Feel free to wrap your arms around yourself and feel this virtual hug as we remind you that we see you. We see you. And we allow you to be all that you are. Stand in your space of wholeness, in your space of perfection, in your space of completeness. You are perfectly designed as you are. And we need you to show up. The world depends on it. Creation depends on it. The universe depends on you showing up right here, right now, in this moment. So, again, thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow with another session here on the Morning Alignment. Until next time, we love you with all of our heart, with all of our mind, with all of our soul. We thank you. Continue to be great.